It's June 16th, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR today. In this show, we talk about Michael Saylor saying, buy Cyber Manhattan. None of us were around to actually buy Manhattan at reasonable prices, but we are here for Cyber Manhattan. Also, Michael Saylor buys another Bitcoin stack, and this is a big one, so tune in for that. Also, we talk about MSTR versus ETFs and stack or be sacked. Those are your two options. And I think I know what Michael Saylor, what strategy, what Fong Lee, what myself, and what you would choose to do. And we are stacking. This video is not financial advice, but please do comment below. Let me know, are we getting to all-time highs by the end of this week? It would be amazing to do so. Why? Because we have just a mere 14 days left until we need to be above $97,000 to qualify for the S&P 500. And let's dive on in. All right, today's first post is coming at you from Michael Saylor, who just simply says, buy Cyber Manhattan. Man, I missed out on buying regular Manhattan. I was, maybe missed out by a few hundred years, but wow. I am not going to miss out on buying Cyber Manhattan. So thank you, Michael Saylor, who also wants us to know that bigger dots are better and the bigger dots are coming. How so, you ask? Well, how about the fact that Strategy has acquired 10,100 Bitcoin at $1 billion at 104,080 per Bitcoin and has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 19.1% year to date. As of 6/15/2025, we hodl 592,100 Bitcoin acquired for $41 billion at 70,666 per Bitcoin. MSTR, Strike, Strife, and Stride. Man, it just feels good to be part of a company like this. Thank you, Michael Saylor. And Strategy just wants us to know that, hey, MSTR is high performance Bitcoin. And if you look at the 3-month, the 1 year, the BSC return, it doesn't matter. Strategy's number one. So get on this train and hang on for the ride. Jeff says Bitcoin is going to become the largest asset on the planet. Hope y'all are ready. And Jeff, I'm ready. I'm ready for Bitcoin to become the largest asset on the planet, and I'm ready for Strategy to have a huge role in that and a huge benefit from that. So exciting times. And then the Bitcoin therapist says, I want to hear everyone's opinion on this. And this is from Willy Woo. Thought experiments. Say MSTR is valued at 1 times MNAV, so basically like a spot ETF. Being a public traded company, it can issue debt at zero cost to buy more Bitcoin, effectively creating leverage at zero cost. Is it worth more than just buying a spot ETF? And the answer is obviously yes. And there are so many levers that Michael Saylor can pull in addition to this one. Man, short sellers beware. Chris says Bitcoin provides a single metric to measure the success of corporate companies. If the long-term trend shows that your share of Bitcoin is increasing, it implies that your business is succeeding. If the long-term trend shows that your share of Bitcoin is decreasing, it implies that your business is failing. It's stack or be sacked. And guess what Strategy is doing? Guess what Michael Saylor, Fong Lee, and the entire Strategy team are doing? They are stacking. King. The Bitcoin therapist says 99% of people are unable to name one Bitcoin treasury company. If you're here, you're early. And it's so true. I mean, the fact that there are so many people, 99+% of people that can't even name the top performing company in the US in the past 5 years. Obviously, that's MSTR, that's Strategy. I mean, we are so early. I'm so excited for you listening right now. So thank you. The Bitcoin therapist says, good morning. The bull market is not over. And no, it's not, my friends, as we get close to 107 Bitcoin amidst all this turmoil around the world. And let's just keep on stacking. And I got some great videos from you from Michael Saylor coming right up. So enjoy.
It's going to go from 2 billion to 20 billion to 200 billion to 2 trillion to 20 trillion to 200 trillion. And when it gets to 200 trillion, it'll chop along at plus 20% to eventually 300, 400, 500 trillion dollars. And where is that capital going to come from? It's going to come from Russian real estate. It's going to come from Chinese private equity. It's going to come from everything in Africa, everything in South America. You have capital flowing from foreign financial and physical assets to Bitcoin. You have capital flowing from 20th century assets to Bitcoin. Capital is going to flow from the 20th century to the 21st century. It's going to flow from physical to digital. It's going to flow from currency-based derivatives to a digital commodity derivative. So it's already happening. It's unstoppable. It's literally like, for me to say Bitcoin's going to demonetize gold understates it. Yeah, it's going to demonetize gold. Then it's going to demonetize the real estate that's 10x more than gold. Then it's going to demonetize every long-term store of value. So what you have is a situation like the Europeans show up and they give like some Dutch guilders or some pieces of paper or some glass beads or seashells or stone coins to people using a more primitive form of money. And we have the opportunity to, in essence, just grab 10, 20, 25% of the network, let the entire dynamic flow, and it's going to accelerate. And when the dust settles, the American people will own 25, 30% of that capital.
Let's be real. If you've ever tried to invest, especially as a beginner, you've probably asked yourself, how do I even find good stocks? What should I buy or sell right now? And seriously, what the hell is going on with the market today? I ask myself those same questions all the time. And that's exactly why I started using Investing Pro, the powerful new platform from investing.com that helps you make smarter investing decisions without drowning in information overload. One of my favorite features, Warren AI. It's like ChatGPT on the stock market, but with real-time data-backed answers straight from investing.com's massive financial database. Want to know why Nvidia dropped yesterday or why now is a good time to buy Tesla? Just ask. Warren AI gives you instant, up-to-date insights you can actually act on. I recently asked it where to invest $10,000 right now, and the list of stocks that returned, fire, full of actionable ideas I hadn't even considered. Bottom line, if you want to invest smarter, faster, and with more confidence, Investing Pro with Warren AI is a game changer. Check it out now at investing-referral.com/MSTR. Online shopping has never been easier, but this ease is new enough that we remember a time when entering all our credit card info every time we purchased something online was the norm. Luckily, we don't have to do that anymore thanks to Shopify. That's right, that purple Shop Pay button that makes it seamless to purchase online is powered by Shopify. And Shopify doesn't just make it easy to buy, it makes it incredibly easy to start a business no matter your experience. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, and they make it super easy to get up and running with beautiful, ready-to-go templates and built-in marketing and email tools. Worried about tracking inventory, payments, and analytics? No stress. Shopify helps you manage it all from a single dashboard. And back to that iconic purple Shop Pay button, it's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/MSTR. Go to shopify.com/MSTR, shopify.com/MSTR.
Time today. I'll stay in touch with Bilal. I would offer you just one final thought, which is it's a global economy. Pakistan has many brilliant people, and a lot of people do business with you. My company had less than $400 million to invest, but the markets gave me $40 billion because they trust us. And so the most important thing is leadership, intellectual leadership, and that they trust you. If the world trusts you and they hear your words and you speak articulately, the capital and the capability will flow to Pakistan. It's there. It wants to find a home. And that's what happened with our company. Our success is because we were clear and committed. And once the market decides who the leader is, they get behind the leader and they send their money to you. And I think they'll do it to Pakistan too. You have the most important thing, which is you have a commitment and a will and clarity here. So I look forward to working with you. And then here's my personal experience. I got very fascinated with technology. I wrote a book called The Mobile Wave. And in The Mobile Wave, that
was 2012, that book?
I published it 2012. I wrote it 2010, 2011. And the theme of the book is what happens when software dematerializes, when the software runs on a phone, when the computer goes from under your desk to in your hand, when it's no longer solid state or liquid state, but it's vapor state, and you go to sleep with the phone next to you. What kind of software would happen in the mobile world? And of course, we know all about it, right? The Instagrams, the Facebooks, the Ubers, all of these things became possible during the mobile era. They were inconceivable when the software ran on a computer. So the theme of the book is, software is going to leap from under our desk to our clothing. We'll wear it, we'll hold it, and it's going to become ubiquitous 24/7, 365, and it's going to change. We're going to dematerialize 27,000 devices. 20,000 device companies died so Apple could live. We're going to crush 20,000 retailers because everybody's going to want the Amazon. You're going to see 20,000 newspapers crushed because Google and Facebook eats them. And, the message of the book is, you probably ought to just buy the Amazon stock or buy the Apple stock. And as an investor, I took, a decent amount of money, call it $25 million that I'd made over the previous 20 years as a CEO and as a founder of a company. I invested in these stocks and I 20x'd it. If how do you make money in the tech world? You invest in something everybody needs, nobody can stop, and very few people understand. Like most people will, in the year 2010, if you had said, hey, I really think that Amazon's going to work, people would have said, you're crazy, Amazon's losing money, no one's going to do this, and they would have thought you're nuts. And if you had said, I remember with Apple, you say, well, Apple, I think this iPhone's a cool thing. They would say, well, no, eventually it'll go to the price of $25 a phone like Nokia. It's going to be commoditized. They can't hold, their margins are too high. They're going to actually have their margins collapse like Dell or like Nokia. And of course, the conventional wisdom was Apple's not a good investment. Amazon's not a good investment. Facebook, what is this goofy thing? And of course, for the next decade, here's what happened. I work an hour a month as an investor and I get rich. Make $500 million. Not working, embarrassing. All you got to do is just buy the Magnificent Seven in 2010. And the conventional wisdom on Wall Street is, if the stock doubles, you should diversify. You should sell half of it. If Apple doubles in price, go buy some IBM and some HP and some other computer company. If it doubles again, you sell some more of the portfolio and you buy the thing. And their thought was, you got to stay diversified. But the problem is Apple won, everybody else lost. At one point, Apple made all the money in the mobile phone business. Everybody else collectively lost money to compete with them. Amazon won.
Samsung as well? All of them?
Yeah, if you look at the winners in this era, right? I mean, Apple was a winner. Amazon was a winner. Google, Facebook were a winner. Samsung is the winner in the Far East. Walmart kept up. Every other retailer, it's like there's two or three that kind of keep up. Maybe a Walmart, maybe a Target, but there's 20,000 that went out of business.
And there you have it, another episode of MSTR today. And here we go, 14 days for us to just hodl the line. In 2 weeks from today, at 7 p.m., will Bitcoin be above 97,000? If it is, we will comfortably qualify for the S&P 500 because MSTR's last 4 quarters will be summed in the positive. So very exciting times. In fact, I'm considering doing a live watch. If you would like me to do a live watch in 2 weeks, just put in the comment section, live watch. Would you join me at 7 p.m. Eastern? It'd be more like 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and maybe we'll do like a 30 to 45 minute, just kind of like live countdown to see if MSTR can hold, or if Bitcoin can hold the line so MSTR can qualify for the S&P 500. Just put live watch party in the comments below if you think you would join me for that. Again, that would be 2 weeks from today. That's Monday. It'd be around 6:30 p.m. EST is I think when I would start it. So I think it could be pretty fun. I'll answer questions. We'll have some banter back and forth. I'll ask some questions. Like, we'll have a good time. And that would be 14 days from today. So not next Monday, but the Monday afterwards. Now, I believe that it's inevitable that MSTR is going to become initiated into the S&P 500. It's just a matter of when. I don't know for sure it's going to happen this quarter. I don't know for sure it's going to happen next quarter, but I believe it's inevitable with a capital Bitcoin B bull. So let's keep driving forward with that. And like Michael Saylor loves to say, there is no second best.
What's the second best? There is no second best.